Hello, this is Mindy from the Weekend Gardener, and today I'd like to talk to you about the ABCs of pruning a clematis. Now, clematises do need to be pruned sometime in their life cycle, but it's very important to know or note in your garden journal when your clematis blooms if you didn't keep the tag that tells you the name of the particular clematis that you planted. Now, if you have a clematis that blooms really early in the spring, that's A, and what that means is you need to prune after the clematis blooms. Now, make sure that you prune as soon as all the blooms have finished blooming. If you prune earlier than that, you're just removing the blooms and you won't be able to enjoy the beautiful color that the clematis will produce. Now, why do you prune a clematis that blooms early in the spring after it blooms? The reason is throughout the summer it will begin to create the blooms for the next year. If you prune later on in the season or earlier the next season, you're removing those blooms and you won't have any blooms for the early spring. The next type is B, and the B stands for you prune before they bloom. Now, the reason for this is this particular clematis blooms late spring, early summer. And what you want to do is you want to cut it down to the live buds. And a live bud you'll be able to tell, and it's difficult to show you on this one, but it'll be the green, you'll see the little bud forming on the vine. The last type is you cut back, and that is a clematis that blooms throughout the summer or early fall. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to cut it down to 12 inches, and that will rejuvenate growth. It won't have any effect whatsoever on bloom production for the next year. So if you have a clematis, don't forget to follow the ABCs of clematis pruning. So until we meet in the garden again, this has been Mindy from the Weekend Gardener.